Hi, honey. What's the matter? I heard you calling me. Oh, did you have a bad dream? I'm sorry. I know how scary nightmares can be. Shh, it's okay. Come here. That's it. Mama's got you. You're safe. No one's gonna hurt you. Shh. There. How about I read you a story? Would you like that? Yeah? Good. How about we read The Secret Garden? We haven't read that one yet. Okay? Just lay down. Let me fix your pillow. There you go. We'll pull these blankets over you so you're nice and warm. Is that comfortable? Yeah. I'll just smooth your hair. Just close your eyes. Just listen to the sound of my voice. There you go. So this is the story of the secret garden. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Mary Lennox. She lived in India, which was a majestic place. The desert land was hot, and exotic animals roamed her backyard. Mary's father was a captain in the army, and her mother was beautiful but selfish. Poor Mary never got to see much of them, for they were always at parties and ignoring her. So Mary became angry and withdrawn. She didn't play with the other children, and she was rude to her servants. One day, something very sad happened. Her parents got very sick and died. Mary was sent to live with her uncle, whose name was Archibald Craven. Craven lived in a rich mansion with over 100 rooms. Mary was nervous about going to live in this new home. Would she like it? Would her uncle like her? After all, she heard that her uncle hardly saw anyone. He was very sad ever since his wife died 10 years ago. Shortly after arriving in her new home, Mary meets her new servant, Martha. Martha was kind and cheerful. She tells Mary that her uncle owns a beautiful garden, but that he locked the garden door and buried the key. Mary was curious about the secret garden and began searching for it during her outings outside. Being outside in the cool, fresh air, with the smell of the grass and all the fields to roam, helped Mary a great deal. She felt happier, more energetic, and less angry all the time. Mary also made a number of friends, including an elderly gardener, a robin with a sweet song, and a boy named Dickon, who was Martha's brother. With the help of the robin, Mary discovers the key to enter the secret garden. Oh, how happy she was to explore this garden, for even though all the plants had withered, there was still a little bit of life left. She and Dickon began tending the garden in an effort to bring the neglected plants back to life. Dickon and Mary become very good friends, for Dickon is wise and patient and can even speak to the animals. Her outings during the day helped Mary a great deal, but her nights were something altogether different. For Mary started hearing strange sounds coming from a distant room in the manor. The sounds sounded like a child crying. The servant in charge, a mean woman named Mrs. Medlock, forbid Mary to leave her room and search for the noise. But Mary was curious, and so one night she wandered the house in search of the source. It was then that she found a small boy confined to his bed. It was Colin Craven, the master's son. Colin and Mary become friends, but Colin grows jealous of Mary spending time with her friend Dickon outside, and so he throws a tantrum. While the servants rush to satisfy his needs, Mary is the only one who's brave enough to stand up to Colin. She commands him to stop crying, and she calms his fears, saying that he just needs to change his mindset, that he could be well if only he made up his mind to be. With Dickon's help, Mary starts bringing Colin out into the secret garden. And just like the garden helped Mary, it also helps Colin, for his health improves greatly from being outside. One day, the gardener spots the children in the garden. He recoils when he sees Colin. He calls him a poor cripple, which angers Colin and motivates him to stand up from his wheelchair. Mary and Dickon help Colin walk farther and farther to the point where he is running and playing in the garden. That summer, the children spent every day in their secret garden. The plants sprout, the flowers bloom, but the only thing missing is Colin's father, who has left home and been away for some time. The children decide to perform a magic spell, compelling Colin's father to return home. That night, Master Craven dreams of the garden. He imagines his late wife telling him to return there. Master Craven returns home and goes to the secret garden as he dreamt. When he does, he finds Colin running and falling into his arms. They embrace warmly, And Master Craven thanks Mary for the magic she has brought to the family. They live happily ever after as a loving family. And from that day on, Mary was no longer alone. I hope you enjoyed that story, sweetie. Just close your eyes and drift off to sleep. Dream of that beautiful garden where you can run and play and heal just like Mary did.